In this video, we will be discussing the Forex Trading Simulator. Now, what is a Forex Trading Simulator? Well, when we go to any of our strategies, whether it's one that we have created from scratch or one that was created in the generator, what you'll see is that we'll go straight to the editor and we can see all of the parameters and statistics for the strategy. So we have our strategy properties, we have our long entry and our long exit conditions, we have the backtest output metrics, we have our balance chart, and we have an indicator chart window. Within our strategy window, we have subsections, and the first is the editor that we've just discussed. Then we have the optimizer. The optimizer is the tool that optimizes our strategies based on profitability and other criteria. Then we have the normalizer. The normalizer is a tool that ensures that our strategies are neat, and the tool's main task is to enhance our strategy's performance. The next is the walk forward. It is a tool that executes sequential optimization of our strategy, and it helps us to avoid over-optimized parameters when we create our expert advisors. The result is that we have a backtest that is good enough to ensure stability when we trade with real money. From there we have the Monte Carlo. Now the Monte Carlo is a tool that performs several Monte Carlo tests, and it adds randomness to the historical data and to the executions of our trades using the historical data, and it ensures that our strategies are robust. From there we have the multi-market. And the multi-market is really a tool that we can use to ensure or to test that our strategies work well on multiple currency pairs instead of having a really good strategy for each one. The tool will test the strategy across various assets and markets. Then we have the out of sample monitor. Now this is a tool that provides us with an overview of our strategies in sample as well as out of sample backtest performance. So in other words, what it will do is we can set it. So for example, as you can see here, we have it set to 30% out of sample, and that is what you see here in the green. So what it'll do is it will generate strategies on the first 70% of the historical data, and then it will take those strategies that it has created and it will apply them to the last 30% of the historical data, and it will test the performance of that strategy over the last 30% of the historical data. So it will actually execute those trades over the last 30% of the historical data that we have exported either from our broker or from the historical data that we are using from within Expert Advisor Studio. And lastly, in this menu, we have the report. Now, what you can see in the report is that we have all of our backtest output metrics, we have the balance chart, we have various charts that show us the count of entries per weekday, our profit and loss in each weekday, and many more statistics that you can see here. All of our trades that were opened, all of the long entries and the short entries and the profits, the performance of the expert advisor or the strategy across different months. We can see which are the profitable months, which are the unprofitable months, and the difference in the profitability in those months. Now, in our strategy collection, you will see that each one of the strategies has got its own unique ID number. The first number before the decimal point is what we refer to as the major number, and the small number after the decimal point is what we refer to as the minor number. Now, as you know, the longer you run the generator, the more strategies it will generate for you. And then it will take the top 100 or 200 or 300, however many you have set, and it will place them in order of the strategies with the highest net balance. And when you click on any of the strategies, it will take you back to the editor. And here what you can see is you have a trading simulator. And it will give you all of the statistics, your indicator chart, your balance chart, as well as all of the strategy properties. Now, although when looking through your collection, it may seem that some of the strategies look quite similar when looking at the equity line, they are in fact quite different and they use different rules. Now, the major number represents the rules that the strategy has in it, and the minor number represents the strategies that have distinct indicator parameters. Since the combination of the strategies is countless, the IDs are not kept the same. And as soon as a strategy is created, there is a unique ID that gets assigned to it. Once we export our strategies as an expert advisor, it will then also be assigned a unique expert advisor number so that all of our expert advisors differ, so that we can identify and later analyze them once they have performed on our platforms. So again, just to very quickly summarize what we've looked through in this video, and that is that expert advisor is not only a strategy generator, but it is also a trading simulator that immediately gives you the results of a strategy based on the historical data, and you can immediately see how that strategy would have performed over the time frame of the historical data that we have.